Hi friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm Katie. Today I'm going to talk to you about my newest pen. So, this is not the Lamy 2000 you have probably heard a lot about. The backstory here is that I have always had a fairly love-hate relationship with the Lamy 2000 fountain pen. I personally, and this is not to yuck your yum, if you like it, power to you. I hate the way the Lamy 2000 looks. Specifically, I hate the way the cap looks on the body. There's just something about it that really turns me off, and I wish I could tell you what it is, but there's something about it that does not work for me. However, I've always wanted the tactile feeling of this macaron brushed texture. Like, the idea of that has always really appealed to me, and I did like the way the Lamy 2000 looks with the cap aside. And so I've long thought, the Lamy 2000 fountain pen, not for me, but maybe something else in the line would work. So I was undecided between the Multipen and the mechanical pencil, but then I went to the Detroit Pen Show and I bought this beautiful stacked celluloid mechanical pencil, and I wasn't in the mood to buy another mechanical pencil, so I bought this Multipen, and I had reasons. I do still use gel pens some, in both a 0.3 millimeter and a 0.5 millimeter. I like the Pentel Energels, but I was looking to maybe upgrade that experience a little bit, streamline my pen cup, and I just really wanted this. I wanted to feel a part of things. I wanted to touch it. I wanted to have it, but I didn't want the fountain pen. These are cheaper too, which is saying something. It's still expensive for a Multipen. I got it during the fountain pen day sales at Endless. This is the only thing I bought pen-wise that day. It's not a fountain pen, but so be it. So this is the Lamy 2000 4-in-1. It's a multi-pen that can do 4 different colors. It comes with Lamy refills in black, green, red, blue, and that's it. It doesn't have a mechanical pencil. Some multi-pens do. I kind of wish this one did, but I knew that going in that it wouldn't. So I'm not holding that against it. Like the fountain pen, it's got the most subtle break. I, expected that we would do the multi-pen thing here at this intersection, but it's not. There's a really pretty close to invisible seam right here, which is pretty cool. The way the multi-pen works is it's a gravity system. So I don't have any other multi-pens to show you, but you've seen the ones that come with the Hobonichi or whatever. They've got little buttons that you press down to choose your color. That's not how this one works. The way this one works is whatever color is up top, when you click it, that's what comes out. So you see this blue tip came out. That's the only one I can really show you at the moment because all the other ones I've changed. But that's how it works. The corollary to that, and maybe you've already noticed it, is that this system rattles around kind of a lot. It doesn't so much when you have something deployed, then it stops. So when you're writing, it's usually okay. But when it's not, it's very rattly, and I can get past it and have but it's taken some effort. There are definitely some people this would drive absolutely batty because it's not quiet and it's not subtle. So if you were in the habit of just leaving something deployed, then you wouldn't have to. But if you're like me, you tend to fidget and you're whatever, yeah, it's a lot of rattling. I didn't see that really mentioned as much on the reviews as I expected to when I received it and looked back at them. Some people mention it. Maybe theirs is less rattly than mine is, but like I'm pretty sure that's like the basis by how this mechanism works. So I think that's just kind of part and parcel. So in terms of the body itself, I love it. It feels so good in the hand. But everything I love about the Multipen is true, like, of the other things in the system as well. So the fountain pen or the mechanical pencil or whatever. The mechanical pencil might be a little narrower, so that could change things. But this Macrolon that feels really, really good, that's true of the Lamy 2000s across the board. That's part of what makes them Lamy 2000s. So, in terms of overall impressions, if like me, you want a part of the Lamy 2000 collection and you're looking for what piece can you get that you might like, the Multipen is great for that. I don't regret having the Multipen. But if you are kind of more open to a few other kinds of the things in the collection, I don't know that I'd suggest the Multipen over the others. Maybe if I were starting over, I would have gotten the mechanical pencil instead, because it shouldn't be rattling like that. The other thing is that, at least at first, I found the things kind of hard to deploy. Like, it was a little sticky and I had to push harder than I was used to. It took me, within the first full day of using it, I got used to it, but I was like constantly like not pressing it hard enough the first time to really catch it. And things did feel like a little, like I wished I could like put some WD-40 or something on them. And I think that some of the other pen styles would have less of that. Do I regret this choice? No. Like, this fits the bill of what I wanted. I wanted a Lamy 2000. I wanted it to not have the cap that I find ugly. And I wanted something to kind of collapse some of my gel pen collection down into one pen, and this hits the brief. So no regrets on my part, but if you're just like looking for a Multipen, there are cheaper ones that make less noise that can still be pretty. And there are also like cheaper Lamy 2000 segment like pieces too, like the rollerball or the mechanical pencil. Let's talk about the refills. The Lamy 2000, so it came with Lamy refills, which I immediately did not like and took out. And I knew that was a possibility, so I ordered at the same time. I ordered this from Endless, but as soon as I placed that order, I placed a Jet Pens order as well for some refills, because like I could not stand this. So the green is in the Lamy refill, and it's just like such a ballpoint pen. It's got it just, coming from gel pens and fountain pens, it just like does not feel good. And I got rid of it nearly immediately. There's one that's still in here. There's two that's still in here, but I don't really use them, and I will swap them out with something else. What I did buy instead were the Uniball Jetstream refills and the Pilot High C refills. Let me show you what those actually are. I bought them from Jet Pens. If you go to Jet Pens and you look for the Lamy 2000 Multipen, there's a link on the side when you're on that product listing for like compatible items. And that will show you all of the refills that are compatible with this pen. So you don't have to worry about if it will be compatible or not. It takes what are called D1 refills, which are these like teeny tiny Multipen ones. So I bought the Uni Jetstream 0.5 millimeters. I bought the 0.7 millimeters, and I bought the Pilot High-Tech C 0.4 millimeters. I was hoping that I'd get a nice bold black and a nice fine black, and mixed success on that. The 0.7 is really, really nice for writing, but it's not as bold as I want. It's not as bold as I want to be my bold. And the 0.5 is really nice. The Pilot High-Tech C is in 0.4 are both really nice. But those are like the ones I more want to write with in terms of teeny tiny writing in my passport planner. So I kind of wish that my bold option was a little bolder, but I did notice that it's kind of pressure dependent. I have a very light hand, but I did find that if I push down harder, I can get a bolder line. So I can get that bolder line that I'm looking for, the bold here and the like lighter, finer here. So I can get it. It's just like not exactly what I was looking for. It works for me. No regrets. I still use that size, but like I kind of wish there was like a 0.9 or like a 1 point something so that I'd have a really stark contrast between my fine and my bold. But they don't sell that in the Jetstream, and the ones they do sell like that are like truer ballpoint, and I am just not sure about them. What I had been using and may go back to using for this application at least was my Jinhao 82 Fude pen, where you can get like a really fine on the reverse and then angle dependent. Obviously I didn't expect that I was going to get as like broad as these with my gel pen, but I kind of hoped maybe we could be in that area. And mixed success on that. But the Uniball Jetstream and the Pilot High C are both really, really nice refills. If you're thinking of getting this, like, just go ahead and buy those. One of those, some of those from the outset, because if you're like me, you're not going to like the Lamy 2000 refills. They're just very ballpoint. So anyway, that's my story of the Lamy 2000 Multipen. As I said, I don't feel regret. I'm glad to have it. I've been using it for the last week and a half with this passport planner, and it works great for that, where I'm, trying to write in these like 0.75 inch wide columns. You can get like a super fine line that fits in that size, and that's really what I was looking for. So it works for me. Whether it works for you is going to depend on what requirements you are bringing to the table and whether or not you can live with all this rattle. If you have one of these and yours doesn't rattle as much as mine does, please let me know. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below and I'll try to answer them for you. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you like to touch things with the Lamy 2000, it's very pleasant to touch. I will give it that. All right, thanks for hanging out with me, friends. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.